Alright, we got some perfection here. Perfection. Glock 23 perfection. No, I don't know, this is funny. I mean, I've had this gun for a long time, and I don't even know, maybe 10 years. Hard to say. But it was by my bedside, you know, for a long time. This is I had this. I've had a Sub 2000 from Kel Tec for a long, I guess I'm thinking about 10 years probably. And I got them because, you know, they're both 40 caliber. They both take the same magazines, and you know, I had a couple of these 22 round magazines. I'd have a couple of these loaded up, and you know, I'd have these ready to go, you know, by the bedside or in the drawer. You know, and I had a light on the Kel Tec too. Maybe I'll get it out and shoot it at some point. Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably shoot it in this video too. Why not? What the heck? But yeah, a lot of people, you know, when I bought this thing, and even back, you know, in the 80s, I mean, this is the original gun that was made to get through metal detectors. You know, this would go through metal detectors totally undetected because of the polymer frame. You know, it doesn't matter that it has like metal every other place on it. Just the fact that it has a polymer frame will help it get through metal detectors. That's what I heard in the 80s, and I don't know. I guess it's still true today. I'm not sure. I haven't heard the gun grabbers talking about it lately. They've moved on to other things since then, unfortunately. But you know, the crazy Scotsman, he's a great dude. I love his chats. You know, they get on there, and he doesn't like Glocks. There's a lot of people in there that don't like him, and I mean, there's better guns, I'm sure, you know, out there. Probably lots of different guns that are better, but you know, I like this gun. I like it fine. I've shot it a bunch over the years. You know, I've used it to do different qualifications with when I was doing concealed and carry classes for instructor, and it's been a good gun. It's been a good gun for me. And you know, years ago when I bought it, you could, you know, and I guess you can still get them, but you know, police trade-in magazines. These are actually for Glock 22s, but I think if you bought like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of these, they were like $12 a piece or something. But I bought, you know, lots of these at the time because, you know, that's before Obama got elected, or maybe like the year before. I could kind of see where things were going, so I stocked up on some magazines and some different things. And yeah, I'm really glad I did it when I did it, because it was a rough 8 years there. But if you wanted to make some money, you could have, but I didn't sell anything. I don't really care about that. I just buy it so I could have it to use it. But I've loaded up some 40 cal, and I hope I got the loading on film. I can't remember if I filmed loading or not. If I did film loading, I'll throw it in here. But these are XTPs, 180 grain XTPs. I've got 9 grains accurate, number 7. Then I've got some of these loaded up with CFE pistol, and I was using the Lee powder drop, and I don't know, I was weighing them, and they were somewhere between 5.7 and 5.8, and I think most of the ones that were 5.7 I put in this line. These should be 5.8 grains. And then I got these berries, bullets, and I loaded up some of those. It's 165, and I actually use the 700X powder, 4.6 grains. So I'm gonna go shoot some of these, you know, see how they work, see how they shoot. Probably do some chrono. Now that I've set it, I'm gonna shoot this, and I'll get my Kel Tec here ready to go, and I'll just shoot them. We'll look at the velocities out of this gun, you know, versus the Kel Tec, which I think somebody just did a video on that recently. I can't remember who. There's so many great people putting out so many good videos now, and I've subscribed to so many people. I love watching the videos, but sometimes I can't keep track of stuff I've watched in my mind. But I've been so busy lately, it's just been like, I don't even know. This is the first time I've even thought about shooting in over a month, so it's been crazy. But hopefully I can get this done do some shooting, have some fun. So y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be using a couple different powders. I got some CFE pistol and the Lee powder measure. And I've got it mounted here. This is the mounting bracket that I got from my classic turret press from Treetop Flyer. He sells these. If you have a classic turret press, I mean this is like a must-have. You got to have one of these powder measure stands. And he makes two different arms. He makes an arm for like a regular powder measure. Then he makes this one just specifically for the Lee perfect powder measure where you can mount on there. And this is a Lee measure. It's a good measure, especially with this CFE pistol. It works really well in there. Some of the finer powders, like the 296 that I've had in this before, you get a little bit of leakage. But with this particular powder, it seems like it's coarse enough to where it does really well in there. So I've got that. Then I've got the RCBS Charge Master over here with some what is this, Accurate number 7 I got in there. So I'm going to try some of that, and I'm going to try some CFE pistol and load up some of my first batch of 40 Smith & Wessons, and turn my little light on there. But this, the Lee turret press, it really, with this powder measure and this setup, to me it's perfect, because you got the funnel, just drop it over there. I mean, it's a perfect combination. Everything works together well, and this is just a perfect little setup for for cranking out a lot of pistol ammo in a hurry, and then you can still kind of really have control over what you're doing and know what you're doing pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here, show everybody how it works. Alright, I've got a little bit of a mix of dies on here because I got a real good deal. I bought like a Lyman multi-deluxe set of 40 Smith & Wesson dies off of eBay. They were brand new for like 30 bucks. But honestly, with this setup and the 4-hole turret, to me the Lee dies just work better for this setup, especially with the way I've got it. So even though I got those, which looking back, whatever, I probably should have just went with the Lee, and from now on I think I will, because it just works better for me. But so this die, the decapping and sizing die carbide, that's a Lyman. This flaring die over here, that's a Lyman. Well, actually, no, what is that? That's the seating die. I'm sorry, the seating die is a Lyman. I got the powder through expanding die, and then I've got the factory crimp die, are both Lee. So it's kind of a mixed setup, but it should work just fine. So there's the sizing. Get you a primer on there. Go ahead and throw you a primer in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a scale and tare it, and then check what kind of powder charge I'm getting. I had it set up, but sometimes when you move it around a little bit, it's a possibility it might get off just a hair. Just want to double check what I got there. CFE pistol. Well, it's a little more. It's 5.9. I wanted 5.6. That's what I had it set up for. So let me try it again here. .8. All right, that's close enough. I got some. These are XTP bullets, 180 grain. Hornady XTP bullets. Go ahead and seat the bullet there. Factory crimp. And there you go. And I don't know, these ammo checkers, I've got them just for peace of mind, but if it fits in there good, it should run just fine. But I've set the die up and I measured everything. I cheated a little bit. I measured everything ahead of time. So, but that's a one good round right there. That should be ready to go. Let's do another one here. Seat the primer. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll weigh the first few of these charges just to make sure this thing, I don't want to get, I was running pretty close to max, and I don't ever want to get with one of these powder drops, because you know you get a couple of tenths of a grain either way. So I'm still good there. And this thing, it's pretty accurate. You know, I'll be getting that one there said 5.7, which is still fine. So these probably aren't going to be the greatest, you know, standard deviations and all that, but they should shoot just fine. We'll just go ahead and throw him in the ammo checker just to make sure everything looks good there. So I'm gonna go ahead and load a few more of these up, and then hopefully we'll get to do some shooting one day when it quits raining. This is completely redneck in every way. When I bought this gun, they hadn't been out for very long, but when I saw it, I knew I had to have one, because I know how the gun grabbers think. Actually, they really don't think. They're really brain dead. But anyways, I know what they don't like, and when I saw this, I knew it would probably immediately be something that they would not like. So I went and bought one. That's just how I do. That's just what I do. But I got this. It takes the Glock magazines, you know, because I already had the Glock 23, so I bought this so it could take, you know, the same magazines, same calibers as the Glock 23, so I could have this and the Glock 23, use the same ammo, same magazines, everything the same, just for interchangeability, you know, for home defense, for on the go, you know, go back, whatever. You know, like I'm taking this, I'm taking the Glock 23, I'm taking a bunch of magazines and ammo, and I'm thinking hopefully I'll be good, you know, if something bad happens. So anyways, that was my rationale for, you know, for getting this. And I've had it, I mean, literally I bought this, I don't know, back 07, I think. So I've had it over 10 years, 07, 08, somewhere in there. I've had it about 10 years, over close to it. And I haven't shot it a whole lot. It's basically been, you know, in the drawer, in the truck, in the backpack, whatever, you know, because it's compact, it's easy to store, and you know, you have a lot of firepower available with something like this, that can be aimed, you know, fairly accurately. So we're going to shoot this. We're going to shoot the Glock 23. Hopefully I'll get everything on chronograph. Hopefully I'll get everything put together, and so we'll see what happens. I know those are going more than 300 feet per second. I know that for a fact. So, see what this one says. 10:06. That looks better. Yeah. Tell you what, it's a chronograph. Alright, well, I don't know, we'll go back and look at that. Some of those I know were not right. I don't know what's going on with the thing, but let's try something different. Chronograph if the wind doesn't blow it off. But these are berries, plated, 165 grain bullets, and it's got 4.6 grains of 700X. So let me see what I can get out of these. Alright, well, those look like they shot pretty well. I think that tote lid over the top of that chronograph, I think, helped that out some. Let me see what else I can find over here to shoot. 65 with the 700X, and those seemed like they shot pretty well. I think I got all the chronograph data on those, so now it's time to break out the Kel Tec Sub 2000. Hopefully I won't shoot my chronograph. I'm gonna take a few steps. I'm gonna get it zoomed in there so everybody can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna take a few steps back here, and hopefully I don't shoot my chronograph. And we can get some velocity data based on the, 16-inch barrel on this gun versus the, I think it's like a 4.3-inch barrel or 4.2 inch, something like that on the Glock. So let's see. This is probably okay. All right, going hot with the sub 2K here. Oh yeah, quite a bit. Pretty big jump. Alright, there she is. Alright. Well, that was the Sub 2000 Kel Tec there. That baby there. So it looked like the velocity jumped up quite a bit. I'll have to go get the numbers and everything figured up. The accurate number 7 out of the Kel Tec Sub 2000. Oh yeah, jumping up there quite a bit. Alright. Yeah, that definitely made a difference in that. Alright, well, let's do a little wrap up here on the 40 Smith & Wesson, 40 short and weak, 40 slow and weak. I don't know. I like the 40 Smith & Wesson. It was big, I guess, in the 80s, early 90s, and I'm not really sure when, but it seems like a lot of people are going back to 9mm now, which is fine. I like 9mm too, but I still like the 40. That was my first time for reloading for 40, and I enjoyed it. It was good. I didn't. My chronograph was messing up on me. It had some other technical difficulties, but I mean, I was able to do a little bit of shooting and get a little bit of data here to look at. There's the target, and yeah, I mean, it wasn't pretty. There's a lot of these shots where I don't know if I had the chronograph up too high. I was trying to move them around to see what I could do, but it is what it is. I mean, it's not the best shooting. I don't know which one of these is with the Sub 2000 and which one of them is with the Glock. I have no idea, but they're all just mixed in there. So I mean, you can see that in the video. It is what it is. But this might be more interest, interest more people. I don't know. But there's the Hornady XTP 180 grain, and I've got written down over here. Let's see. It was 9 grains of accurate number 7. So you can see the velocity data, and this is the Glock. It's actually it's a 4.02 inch barrel. That's what it says on their website. And then the Sub 2000, I'm going with the 16-inch barrel. I think that's what it is. It may be a 16.2 inch. Who knows? But anyways, there's the velocity data, and you know, they shot pretty good. And it doesn't take a math genius when you get down to the bottom. You can figure out the you know, and this bottom number here, I don't know, that I went ahead and put that in there. Like I said, my chronograph, I was getting like 300s and stuff intermittently. I don't know what was going on. If it was the wind, if it was the sun, but you know, whatever. I feel like this data is pretty decent anyways. So you can see you get about a 200 feet per second velocity increase, and you know, the standard deviation on this one, it's not real great. Probably a lot to do with this bottom number. You know, most of them are pretty close. These, you know, they looked a little bit better. 9.7, so that was good. So, you know, it looks like this is a really good load, you know, for the sub 2K with that accurate number 7. You know, probably getting a real good powder burn, getting some good velocity, getting some good standard deviation. And I just put an S there instead of a SD. Oops. But anyways, you know what that means. And so the other one I had was these berries, and I gotta tell you, these bullets here, they're cheap, and but they're good. They're good bullets, really. I'm impressed. I mean, they shot really well for me. Didn't have any troubles. Didn't have any troubles loading them. But there, and I used the 700X, and I used 4.6 grains of 700X on that. So I was just playing around with some different powders, and I loaded some up with the CFE pistol, but chronograph, it was just giving me fits. I couldn't get anything hardly on those. So this is all I got for these. I think I got like eight shots for these. Or maybe I just got 8 for the others, I don't know, but you can look there out of the Glock. You know, you go down, it was average 860, standard deviation of 13.7, and then the sub 2000 for the Kel Tec, getting, you know, over, you know, 10,000 or over 1,000 feet per second. Average 1083, standard deviation 11.1. And then that was actually a bigger increase. It was actually over 200. It's 223 feet per second. So you know, with the extra barrel length, of course, it's going to make a pretty big difference in velocities as far as that goes. So anyways, for what it's worth, there it is. My first 40 Smith & Wesson reloads. Definitely won't be my last. It's a good cartridge. You know, I like it. Had fun shooting it. I've been wanting a 10 millimeter, you know, for a long time. You know, 10 millimeter. I just think it's cool, and I'll probably eventually get one. But you know, 1,200 feet per second with a 180 grain bullet, 1,200 feet per second out of that sub 2000. That's pretty good. Pretty good velocity. It's, you know, that's a good bullet. You couldn't ask for a whole lot more, really. But I don't know. This is a video. Hadn't been making a lot of videos for a while. I've been trying to get this video together, and finally got to do some shooting today. Any day you get to do shooting, it doesn't matter. The chronograph doesn't work. It doesn't matter. It's always good. It's good. So everybody go check out the Reloaders Network, and I don't know. I might have to. I like this Glock, you know. We'll see what happens. I'm probably gonna have a lot of people commenting, want me to go with the CZ way, but you know, who knows? I don't know. I'm not a big pistol guy. Anyways, I like shooting pistols, and I'll probably get maybe another one. I like to get a 10 millimeter is what I like to get next, but who knows? Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Check out the Reloaders Network. If you got any questions, I always appreciate your comments. Until next time, thanks for watching. Take care.